Hey everybody, this is Tony with Trust the Breakup, where I help you get over this really difficult time that you're going through, and where I remind you, hey, it's going to be all right. Everything's going to be okay. Just trust the breakup. It's a process. It sucks. It's a crappy process, but you'll be okay, all right? Today's topic is 5 signs that your ex is over you. These are going to be really helpful because one of the toughest things to do is to cut that thread of hope, right? We hold on to this thread of hope, like, okay, maybe she's going to come back or maybe we can work it out. So these 5 signs are going to help you because sometimes it's really easy to misread, to misinterpret what you see or what you hear. So maybe you might hear in your circle of friends that your ex is went out on a date. Um, well, maybe it wasn't really like a date, or you hear that she is staying at home more, and you might interpret that she's depressed and missing you, or maybe you get blocked on social media and you think that your ex is upset and they hate you, but it could be that your ex blocked you because, they're trying to guard their heart and they don't want to see these pictures and you're misinterpreting things. But that's why I'm doing this because I want you to see 5 signs that your ex is over you. And these are pretty surefire signs that you can't misinterpret. So let's go ahead and begin. You have to pay attention to these 5 signs. Here we go. Number one, your ex shows apathy or indifference. Some people say the opposite of love is hate, but that's not true. The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. And indifference and apathy is just like they're showing no emotion, no positive nor negative emotions. And if you have a if you can cause your ex to react in a positive or even a negative way, then there's still an investment there. You know that you can still reach them somehow. Even if you piss her off or ladies you piss him off, there's still a part that matters to them. But if there's like no emotion, just apathy, then that's a good sign that they're over you. When there's no comment or likes on your social media, they don't care what you post anymore. It's no big deal to them. Um, and they're not taking advantage to comment on what you post on social media to contact you. A lot of times that will be like, the way to contact an ex, or at least say, "Hey, I'm here," by liking or commenting on the social media posts. But when that stops, then there's apathy and just not caring setting in. I was listening to a radio station and I heard a lady talking about her marriage, and she was talking about it got to a point where she was just so full of indifference, meaning she said, "I didn't care if I saw him or if I didn't. I didn't care if he came home on a Friday night or if he didn't come home on a Friday night. I don't care if I went all weekend without seeing him or if I saw him on Saturday and Sunday." Like it didn't phase her either way. So apathy and indifference is a huge sign. Number two, your ex is nice and distant. Nice because she no longer cares about the relationship, and distant because she no longer cares about being involved. She no longer she cares about you but not for you anymore. Or girls, he cares about you but not for you. Like you never want your ex, usually if it's a clean breakup, you don't want them to suffer and go through bad stuff and hardships. I mean, you still care about your ex as a person, you just no longer care for them. And your ex is just simply polite, just nice, polite, and you have definitely been put back into the friend zone. Okay, very matter of factly. The conversations, if at all, if they happen, are just matter of fact. Very polite. Number three, your ex no longer is trying to prove happiness. There's no over posting. There's no intentional photos and texts. Um, Many times in the aftermath of a breakup, your ex will start over posting, uh, showing photos like to try to prove, hey, I'm still good. Hey, I'm happy. Hey, I'm having fun without you, type of stuff. And there'll be intentional photos of maybe her at a party or with some guy you don't recognize. And you'll know that these are intentional to try to prove to you, hey, I'm doing good without you, right? Or maybe the texts show up that explain certain things, where she's going, girls, or where he's going, what they're doing. The communication slows down, and there's like a return to normalcy. All right, when that over posting or those intentional photos or those text messages stop coming in, and there's a return to normalcy, then that's another sign that your ex is over you. Hey, make sure you guys subscribe. All right, if you like what you hear, and I have a bunch of other videos that can help you. You also stay till the end, because I'm going to give you the bottom line on all this and a little bonus tip about your relationship that is over. So stick around. Let's go to number 4. Pay attention to number 4. The awkwardness is gone. There is no uncomfortable situations anymore. Listen closely here. If you walk into the room and there's no emotional shift, then she's over you. Okay? I want you guys see this pattern here? It's all about indifference and apathy, right? This usually happens if you dated a girl maybe in your apartment complex, or girls, you're dating a guy from school, or maybe you're dating someone from your workplace, and you guys still see each other, you still run into each other, you know what I mean, after the breakup, and for a while it's awkward. But if there's not an awkwardness anymore and you sense it, like that she's fine, there's no like weirdness, then your ex is over you. And if she approves of your new girlfriend, like if she actually likes your new girlfriend, now you might not even be into this new girl. You might be using it as a way to try to get her jealous, or to strike some type of jealousy there, and it's not working. Like she actually approves and thinks your new girlfriend is an actual cool girl and is happy for you, then yeah, um, she's over. All right, she's over it. Number 5, you look on social media and your ex is in a new relationship, right? Like a valid new relationship. This one's pretty obvious. You see coupley photos, there's postings of them on dates, trips, taking day trips or weekend trips together. And then the big one is family photos. When your ex, you start seeing photos of your ex in involved with another guy's family, and maybe there's pictures of her with just his sisters or stuff like that, then they're getting closer and closer. The families has accepted her, or ladies has accepted him, and yeah, they're over you. Okay, so those are 5 signs that you want to pay attention to. You really want to take a look at. And the bottom line on all this, you guys, I hope you saw this pattern. I hope you saw this connection. It's indifference, okay? Indifference means your ex is over you, and you have to cut the thread of hope. You have to cut it. They're done. If emotions no longer shift, if emotions aren't being struck, then your ex is over you. Uh, Something that happened to me is one of my exes. I was stuck on her afterwards for a good year and a half, and then one day, um, and I had knew she started dating, and I had known that she even got engaged, and we went to the same church, and I remember seeing her with her husband, or her fiance. They weren't married yet, and they were sitting in front of me. And normally I'd be like, oh man, I just want to leave. And I realized it didn't faze me. And it was even to the point where I congratulated them. I shook her hand, I shook his hand, and I congratulated them. And I walked away and even didn't even think about it. Now, for me, that was like very freeing. You know, that was very freeing to know like this doesn't even faze me. Okay, so when indifference is involved and apathy, when emotions aren't being struck, then your ex is over you. Um, Bonus tip. I promise you the bonus tip. Here we go. Now, I understand you guys that sometimes things happen, like a dead relationship 2, 3, 4 years later, maybe it resparks. Okay, maybe it resparks. Um, it does happen from time to time. I'm not saying it doesn't. Okay, it does happen. So, my bonus tip is if that happens, you're going to have to realize that that relationship is over, the one that ended. Okay, and what I mean by that is if you strike up the sparks again, if 2, 3, 4 years later you you meet, you see each other, and things start happening, in order for your new relationship or your relationship with the person who was your ex to work, you have to understand that that old one is over. And what I mean is don't try to bring stuff from that one into this one. It almost has to be as if you're meeting someone brand new for the first time, because in a way you really are, because you guys have changed. Your old relationship has changed you. You've dated other people and during that time, and you've learned stuff. So if you're going to get back with an ex after that relationship, the previous one is done, you have to let that one be done. That one is over. And you're meeting her or him for a brand new time. Okay? And don't bring up negative things from that one or not even positive things. Just start building new and good relation memories. Okay? Having good times with each other again, but treating it that that previous one is done. Okay? All right, you guys. Hey, I hope that was helpful. Everything's going to be okay. You're going to be all right. You're going to get through this, all right? This is Tony with Trust the Breakup, and keep an eye out for more videos.